We're gonna make a movie, and so you're gonna get all the raw footage every second. We're gonna zoom in, because you know who's gonna come through that door any second? Ready? Okay.
We love meds.
All right, so we had a pretty serious situation happen where a client ended up taking double her dose for about 7 days. And so ultimately what happened, as we've investigated this situation, it seems like RAs, you're doing a pretty good job of getting meds, putting them in best notes like you're supposed to. You're doing a good job putting things in EMAR. And the situation with this one was that the pills in the new bottle were the same dose. In one bottle, they had 150 milligram pills, and she was taking 2 of them to equal 300 milligrams. And then the new bottle was 300 milligram pills. So the dose didn't actually change, but the RA did a great job and still put it in as a different med, which is exactly what should have happened. But the problem, the breakdown that happened was when the other med, the 150 milligram pills, ran out and you just moved on to the next pill, nobody looked at the bottle and nobody changed anything in EMAR or anything. So, especially when you're using a new bottle, if you're aware of that, well, actually, no. Every time you're administering meds, you need to be looking at the bottle. It's just like how it looks. Yeah. Christina brought up that, like, when she does meds, she asks the girls, okay, what are you taking? Before you open anything, like, ask them what their meds are, because it's also the client's responsibility to make sure that they know what meds they're taking.
Yes.
Capiche? You guys are doing a great job. We just need to, like, increase our awareness. That's all. So the other thing that we're going to do in this video is we are going to talk about Suboxone. So EMAR is not well designed already for what we want it to do, and so I still need you guys to be clicking in EMAR that the clients are taking Suboxone. But in addition to EMAR, we are going to start tracking the number of strips distributed on a paper format. That binder right there. Because remember, this is like a controlled substance. This is very serious, and it's super important that we keep precise track of exactly where every single strip goes. We can't be messing around.
There's 2. There are 2 different forms of Suboxone that our clients have. The most common one that we have right now is the strips that you've all seen.
Yes.
They each should have their own pair of scissors in the bag to cut open the Suboxone, pull the strip out, put it under their tongue, and dissolve it. The other form is going to be in a bottle, just like a prescription. And what does it say on the bottle? I don't think it actually says
Bupropion.
Yeah, it says bupropion. Yeah, and it's a pill form, but they still have to put it under their tongue to dissolve it.
Mm-hmm.
And for both of them, you need to make sure it's all dissolved before they leave the office.
Yes. Start.
Okay.
Take one.
Is our beautiful medication log special. That's what we labeled it. This is our binder. So I'm just gonna we printed a Mary Doe, so it's not a specific client. This is what it looks like. So this is the Suboxone page. Again, it has the milligram, the medication, and the instructions for how they're supposed to take the medication. So today is the 12th. So we're gonna go to the 12th. I guess we should have an example here. Let's say.
On the 11th, we added 5 strips.
Yeah, on the 11th, Kate and Jessica added 5 strips. I sign.
Kate signs.
Kate signs. You want to sign?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
It's alright, they'll get the idea.
Oh, and you know what's also really important is to make sure that you're signing down next to your name.
Yes.
So that we can identify
who's dispensing the medication.
Yep, who's dispensing the medication.
Okay, so we put 5 strips in on the 11th. You don't need to worry about this. So on the 12th in the morning, Mary Doe comes in, and in this first box where it says dose, on the 12th, you're going to put the milligram that they're taking. And since she's taking 1 strip, you'd put 8 milligrams. The staff signs, and then the client signs, Mary Doe. And then you need to count how many strips are left in the
Box.
in the bag, because we keep them in a bag like this. So then you would count 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that worked great for our example.
That did work great. Our props are fantastic.
So there's the 4. So on count, you're gonna put 4 staff signs, client signs. Yeah, Mary Doe. Yes?
Perfect. Yep. Do you ever put anything in that gray area?
No, that's such a great question.
Ah, thanks.
You never do that. Only Jessica and Kate are the ones who usually refill the Suboxone.
Yep.
So you never need to write anything in this gray strip.
Yep. All right. So, another important aspect of med distribution is watching the clients when they are doing it. There's a reason your guys' desk is set up so that the clients, you can see the client's lap. And so you need to be paying attention. It needs to, I know with like EMAR and like the different technological things happening, it might be a little bit distracting, but we need to make sure that we are giving our full attention while the clients are taking their meds to the clients. So make sure that you're watching them, make sure that you're seeing them take their pills. They need to be tapping out 1. If they get more, then they need to pick it up 1 at a time, all just like above board so that you can be watching it. They need to make sure that they're rolling up their sleeves so they can't be like hiding things in their sleeves, like
And a clear cup.
Yeah, clear cup or water bottle is super important.
And adding to like making sure you're watching them. I know sometimes you just want to get through meds
Sure.
as fast as possible because there are other things you need to work on.
Sure.
But because meds like are so important, and a lot of these girls are on some very important medications, we have to be like taking the time to watch. Like, I need you to watch the client take the med, like before you even deal with like EMAR and things like that. You need to watch them swallow and kind of slow down if you need to.
Yep. We're not doctors. We're not medical. Yeah. And if the clients want to be looking at their meds, they're allowed to. Like it's their meds, right? Like they're always allowed to. It's kind of like they're the people ultimately distributing meds to themselves, and so yes, we are responsible for them medically. Sort of, but they also need to be working on being responsible for themselves.
And that makes me want to reiterate, like asking the clients what they're taking so that they're aware of the medications they're on. Because once they leave here, we're not going to be following them around, telling them what meds they're taking. They need to know what meds they're taking and be responsible for that.
Agreed. All right. Cool.
Subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, subscribe here.
Or here.
Or here.
Right there.